When it comes to performance, motivation is definitely one of the missing links. If you're a coach working with clients one-to-one and working with them in teams, and you want to help them improve their performance, you want to help them set the right goals, set them in a way that they can achieve them with ease, with comfort, with less stress, then Motivational Maps is definitely a tool for you. Hi, my name is Sonia Gavira, and I've been working as an executive and leadership coach for nearly 20 years now. And although I'm licensed to use a great number of tools in my coaching, which are great tools, Motivational Maps is the only one that I really encourage all of my clients to do. And I've even started using it in my intake sessions. In this third video, I want to show you how to use the maps with teams in a way that you can help them perform better together, even reduce conflict in the teams. If you haven't watched the last two videos, then there is a link to those videos here below. So please go back, watch those two, and then come back to this one. At the end of this video, once we've gone through the teams, I'm also going to give you details of how you can become a licensed practitioner this year with me and start using motivational maps in your practice. So let's get straight on to how to use the maps with teams, and I'm going to show you some examples of teams and walk you through it, as well as give you an idea of how you can put them together. So how to use motivational maps with teams. In the same way as the individual report comes out, so does the team report. So you get one that looks exactly the same and has the team's top motivators at the front. You also get the personal motivation audit, so the percentage motivation, if you like. You know, I refer to this as the battery level that the team currently has, and this is a sample team made up of me, my husband, my son, and a friend of ours. So it's not really a team, it's just something as an example. And you can see that putting us together, we have a motivational score of 74%, which again, this is in the boost zone, which means that we need one or two tweaks in the team to really get us into the optimal zone. And the report does have this phrase at the bottom to say that this does not imply any judgment of ability to do a job. This is very clearly about motivation and energy, and that is independent of personal skill set. We also see the clusters. So you can see that for the team as a whole, we're very focused on growth, which is very future orientated, and less so on the others. So 30% for achievement and 30% for relationship. And this is for the whole team. One of the things that's different is that we have this little diagram here, which explains how fast or slow the team can be. Fast or slow to adapt to change, for example, and this just explains that the growth motivators, searcher, spirit, and creator, tend to be faster, and then the star, friend, and defender, which are the relationship ones, tend to be slower. So bearing that in mind, it gives you a change index score, and this is based on the mix of motivators, and you saw that we were very much in the growth area, and so it's given us a score of 75%, which means that we have a positive attitude to change and is risk friendly. There's also this chart which looks at the top motivators and the bottom motivators. So you can see from here that we all sort of share these motivators, or most of us do, and that we also share these in terms of our lowest motivators. Now, the interesting thing with this chart, just to look at from a team perspective, is if any of these had a bar down here below in red. So say this searcher, so there's 3 of us that have searcher at the top, or in the top 3. If there were more people in the team and we also had somebody here who had searcher as their lowest, then that could indicate conflict. So as a coach, it would be something to look at and ask questions around any potential conflict. But we'll see more of this later. This is a chart which actually looks at all of the motivators and how compatible they are, or where there might be potential tension. And a rule of thumb is that if you have the relationship motivators and you compare them with the growth motivators, then there will be more tension there. So somebody who has defender, which is all about security, as their highest, working with someone who has searcher, so making a difference and having a purpose, or freedom and independence even, or as you can see, creator, which is all new things, then there could be potential conflict and tension. Then we also have the bar chart with all the motivator scores. So you can see that in this team, we have the searcher and creator as the top 2 and defender as the lowest. So, or top 3 are searcher, creator and expert, making a difference, doing new things and solving problems in new ways, and then knowledge and learning. And then we have security and safety as the lowest. This is a table that appears in the report as well, and this is a fantastic table which almost brings together, well, not almost, it actually brings together all of the scores that we need in one summary table. And I usually, when I'm working with teams, I try to get permission to share the results and for everybody to see everybody else's results, because it's so powerful when people give you permission to do that. However, you can always doctor this table and put a square over this area so that people don't see the names and of the individual people. But here you see the total score of 74% for motivation. You see from top to bottom the motivators in order, so the highest being searcher and the lowest being defender, and you can see the scores. Then it's also color coded, so you can see that 4 of us share the top motivator, and Luis, who's my son, has a different top motivator and a different lowest motivator to everybody else. You can see everybody's individual scores, so you can see if it's 30 or above and how focused we are on those, and you can see if it's 10 or below and where these might be a demotivator. You also see everybody's individual motivational scores, and you see the satisfaction score for each of the top 3 motivators for everybody. So you can see here that this score is really affected by this one here. So out of all of us, this happens to be my son, and he did it just before going off to university. You can see here that his motivation score is much lower than the rest of us. And you can see that that's because his top motivator, which is creator, which is doing new things and solving problems in new ways, was at a 5 out of 10. Now, he had just gone through two really interesting and torrid years, the last 2 years of school, which were all about passing exams. And there is a way to do it, and there is a timetable, and there are you know, if you put in one thing, something else has got to come out. So it was not about creativity, it was not about doing new things, particularly the last year when it was all about revising to pass exams. So his top motivator of doing new things and solving problems in new ways was really not being met. So that really affected him. I in fact have to do it on him again after the first year at university, and I expect all of those to go up quite considerably. So the great thing about having the colour coding as well is that if you see where we've got blue, if anybody else in the team had a box in red and it was their highest, then that instantly gives you an idea that there only could, because we can all overcome these things and find ways of working together where there is no conflict, but there are questions as a coach that you can ask. So this table brings all of it together, and you can work with any team in this way to look at communication, you can look at relationships, you can look at their attitude to change, what their objectives are for the leader of the team, what's the best way to communicate to everybody. And it really is fantastic in terms of engagement, because when motivation is low, then engagement is low, energy is low. The mood can be low, and this gives individuals in the team the ability to take responsibility and ownership for their own motivation and engagement, and it also gives the leader of the team the information that he or she needs to really have different conversations with their people and enable them to raise engagement. It also encourages everyone in the team to look after each other. So, how to become a licensed practitioner. So there are a number of steps if you want to start using this tool and become a licensed practitioner. And I really have made it as easy and as affordable as possible for you. So step one, once you've decided to become a licensed practitioner and have made the investment to do so, the first step is I will send you some videos and some materials that are on a course platform that you can go through online. It really doesn't take very long. There are a number of videos, but they're no more than 10 minutes each. There's also the manual that will be there online for you to access, and all the handouts that you will then need for step two. And step two is attendance at 2 sessions which I do online via Zoom. I limit the numbers so that I can make sure that I can get round to everybody. So we really have a maximum of about 12 people. And Zoom is amazing because it allows me to split you out into groups so that you can do feedback to each other and practice. I can put you in pairs, I can put you in triads, and I can also nip into the rooms to see how you're going and answer questions. Then step 3, once we've done those 2 sessions over 2 days online, is to take some of the maps, 2 of the maps that come with your license, and use them on clients, sell them, but come and debrief them with me before you go and feed back to the client, just so that you are reassured that you have everything that you need to do an amazing job with the maps, and I can provide you with the support that you need also. In terms of investment, the price is £850 plus VAT if applicable, payable upfront. This includes 9 maps which you can obviously sell, and that will enable you to recoup most of the investment in the course. The maps cost £40 plus VAT, and there's a minimum order of 5 maps, but you get 9 with the 850. Some people just pass on the cost to the customers. There's no retail price published out there, but there's a sort of unwritten rule that if you are marking them up, then they sell for about £75 each. Most practitioners package them up with coaching or a team session, which means that the price, if you like, of the actual map isn't out there. So as you can see, if you sell all 9 maps, you'll just about recoup at £75 each. You'll nearly recoup the investment in the course, and if you package it up with your coaching and team development workshops, then you definitely will. I've also done it online because, as somebody who goes on a lot of courses myself, it's not just about the investment in the course, it's the investment in time getting there and back. And also I live on the south coast in Dorset, and some of you might not, so you might have to come from other countries, you might have to come from other places in the UK, and that's all additional expense and time. So the date for the next course is on the 25th and 26th of June, and you've still got time to get on it. The pre-learning really won't take you very long. This one is going to run from 9 AM to 3 PM UK time, so British summer time, on the 25th, and from 9 AM to 1 PM on the 26th. So if you're interested, please drop me a line at sonia@discoveryourmotivationtoday.com and let me know. We can arrange to speak, I can send you more details, and then we can confirm you on the course. There will be more courses running this year, and also at different times for those of you who are not in Europe. So again, if you're interested but can't make that date, then please get in touch at sonia@discoveryourmotivationtoday.com, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. So now you know why this tool is so useful. I personally feel that regardless of the niche that you're working in, whether it's personal coaching, business coaching, executive coaching, leadership, even well-being and resilience, this tool will be really useful. I have personally used it with clients looking to do all sorts of things, and a specific area that I've used it in because of my experience is in engagement. I really do think that motivation is also the missing link in engagement, and this tool could really support engagement programs. On the 15th of June at 7 PM UK time, I'll be holding a Q&A session on the maps and how to use them. And my aim is to answer as many questions as you have. We'll probably do a little recap of all the videos, but do watch all the videos before you come along. I'll show you the tools that you'll have at your disposal, the back office that comes with the maps that helps you create the team maps as well and manage all of that. And I'll give you details of how you can become a licensed practitioner with me this year. And I'll also be including a special offer for those people who come along to that Q&A session. So below this video, again, there is a link where you can ask me for the details of the call. So go to the link below, give me your details, and I will send you the link to the call that's taking place on the 15th of June at 7 PM UK time. To get more information on the maps and maybe a little bit more information on me, please go to discoveryourmotivationtoday.com, and I one, thank you for taking the time to listen to me, and two, I really look forward to speaking to you on the 15th of June. Thank you.